one time. We'll see how that goes. Usually with these, usually with a lot of these, we are not going to be in the same spot in terms of usually our streams are in drastically different spots. So we try not to ruin anything or spoil it for when we all get on watching. But so the Rumble again, this is the men's Rumble, which is apparently right in the middle of the pay-per-view. Heath Slater's still trying to get into the ring, and he finally throws him in. I've been trying to watch some Royal Rumbles in the past. Heath Slater just eliminated Sheamus. That is pretty cool. So if you're just tuning in, Slater was knocked out by Corbin, and he kind of crawled up to he's been kind of trying to get his wits about him and get into the ring, and Sheamus kind of dumped him in the ring, and he turned around and clotheslined Sheamus, and now he is out. But he still continues to be beat up. So Heath Slater eliminates Sheamus in a very quick elimination. Now Heath Slater is out, and I'm sure maybe Sheamus will come back and start beating him up again. So far in the ring, we have Bray Wyatt, Elias Sampson, Rusev, which has been getting a lot of Rusev Day chants throughout the pre-show, and has been very popular. Finn Balor, Cien Almas, Sami Zayn, who comes in for Ty Dillinger, who got beat up at number 10, and replaced by who was beat up by Zayn and Owens, and then you've got Big E in there as well. So we're up to number 12 at this point. Sheamus was 11. He just got eliminated, and we're about to get the next entrant here. Not a lot of rumors on any surprise ones. EC3, Ethan Carter III, formerly of Impact Wrestling, did show up last night at NXT. A lot of people, there's a lot of rumors going around. Actually, we're up to number 12. I'm totally behind here. And here comes I can't remember his name. Xavier Woods. I don't know. My mind's all over the place. But EC3 did show up on NXT, so I don't know if he's going to go to NXT or maybe just showing up there. There has been rumors that he is supposed to possibly be in the Rumble, but we haven't heard a lot of rumors like we did last year about some guys showing up. There was rumors that Bobby Lashley may be coming back, but his contract, he's officially done as far as dates with Impact Wrestling, but he's not done in terms of contract. So his last day of his contract is actually February 1st, but they've written him out of all the storylines because he's not coming back. He's expected to make his WB debut as soon as that contract is done. But as of right now, unless WB has bought out maybe the rest of his contract, what was left, I don't see him showing up here, but it's always a possibility. To be able to do that. Thank you for tuning in. You're watching Monsters of Geeks commentary on the Royal Rumble 2018. A little bit late. We just got here for the Rumble. The men's Rumble was in the middle. I'm guessing that the main event obviously will be Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar, and Kane. We also apparently already had the world title match as Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens looked like they had already wrestled. And when they attacked Ty Dillinger. And so it'll be we'll see how this kind of goes here, but and I'm guessing the women's will be next. Will be right before the main event as Apollo Crews comes out. Titus Worldwide, a guy that really hasn't been able to get his footing since coming up to the main roster. He has joined Titus Worldwide, has helped him to get a little bit more recognition on the main roster, but at this point, he really hasn't done much in terms of kind of pushing, kind of get him in the limelight. He's super athletic, had a short run in NXT, was really surprised when he did come up because of all the guys that was down there. I thought maybe they would move some more of the seasoned guys up. So Samoa Joe was still down there at the time. I want to say even Nakamura was still down there at the time as well. And they moved up Apollo Crews, and he just haven't really found his footing. He started on SmackDown, then he went to Raw, and that's when he joined Titus Worldwide, but really hasn't been able to find much footing on that on Raw thus far. Super athletic, just can't really find, I guess, his personality a little bit. Really kind of I guess a baby face, and he just smiles and kind of does his own thing. Seems like a cool dude, but just really can't find anything to kind of set him apart from everybody else. So it's kind of sad. He's a great athlete, and I'm afraid he's going to become a casualty at some point. But at this point, he's in the Rumble. And here comes number 14. This is my pick to win the Royal Rumble, Shinsuke Nakamura. It just makes a ton of sense for Shinsuke to win. There has been obviously Roman Reigns is probably going to be the Raw representative in that main event. Doesn't mean Roman has to win the Royal Rumble. They do have the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, so they could do like a lot of people, like they've done in the past, where if the Raw, when they had the brand split, if a Raw participant did not win a Royal Rumble, then they go to the Elimination Chamber, and then the Elimination Chamber will decide who goes to WrestleMania to face the Raw brand champion, which at this point I would probably say would be Brock Lesnar. So Nakamura being on SmackDown could still win the Rumble. They could still do Reigns and Brock Lesnar like they've been wanting to do since the first time they did it, when Seth Rollins cashed in and won the belt without Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble. And that would, I was talking to our friend Chuck at work, and if WB Smart, which in terms of being able to Sami Zayn has been eliminated by Nakamura, I believe. And so the big thing here is that WB has a unique opportunity to appease both the casual fans in terms of, or WB WB Universe, diehards in Brock and Roman, but also be able to give us a kind of an indie darling in turn, like a main event that fans like me and Jared and Joe, in terms of the indie wrestling, knowing these guys way before they get to WWE and become fans of those guys. It's kind of a dream matchup to have at WrestleMania is, AJ Styles versus Nakamura. And I think that would be an unbelievable main event, especially at WrestleMania. So hopefully that's what they do. Cesaro just came in at number 15. So in the ring, we have Finn Balor, Cesaro, Rusev, Apollo Crews, Big E, Cien Almas, Xavier Woods, Bray Wyatt, Nakamura, and Elias Sampson is in the ring. The last elimination was Sami Zayn was the last elimination. Let's see. I'm trying to pull up, see what happened on the rest of the card. So if you're just joining in, I can kind of get caught up as well. Joe should be joining us. Joe's having a hard time understanding what I'm doing here with Facebook Live. So we've done this a couple times. I don't know if Joe was here the last time. I can't remember if he did it, but basically, people ask how you kind of do this. There's a program called, what is it called here? I can't remember the name of it, but it's basically like an open broadcast. It's free. And here comes Kofi Kingston to put all the New Day. And Kofi tends to have some pretty acrobatic saves for himself, so we'll see what he can pull out. Of course, one of the more famous ones, he got thrown out, but he jumped on he basically obviously for the Royal Rumble, both feet have to touch before you're out. He did a handstand, walked over to the barrier, and then jumped back over on the steps and got back in the ring, which was pretty cool, pretty acrobatic and athletic for Kofi, which that's kind of his thing when it comes to the Royal Rumble. As Apollo Crews is about to go out. And wait, actually, Cesaro may go out here. That'd be kind of a surprise. But basically what we're doing, so we're basically, you're looking at my desktop screen. And as you see the Google Hangout thing as Cesaro did eliminate Apollo Crews. And so Joe's trying to figure out, he's like, I can't get on Facebook Live. Well, just join it like we usually do. So he should pop on here in just a moment there. If you're just coming into this, just like I have, excuse me, I was actually a little bit late coming in. I just got here when the Rumble started, so I've missed about the first hour. We was at work and I got hung up there. So let me take a look and see what's going on. And here comes Jinder Mahal, number 17. Big year last year for Jinder Mahal. Of course, he lost the title to AJ Styles, which he should have. Nothing against Jinder. They kind of put him in a situation where it was a lose-lose for him. Not a bad champ, kind of a transitional champ. I don't think he'll ever be anywhere near the WB title again, but he has cemented himself as somewhat of an upper mid-carder. Definitely will be in excuse me, definitely be in the U.S. titles scene, maybe a switch to Raw for the Intercontinental title. So good for him for making good on his spot in the company there, but I don't ever see him kind of touching the world title again. But WB's done some weird things, like put the title on Jinder Mahal. So we'll see if he continues as he just eliminated Xavier Woods. Both those men were in the U.S. Title tournament a couple of weeks ago, and Big E almost eliminates Jinder. Now Jinder may eliminate Big E. We're up to number 18. The next participant will be number 18. No super big surprises, as Big E has been eliminated by Mahal. I don't know. There hasn't been any big surprises. Both 1 and 2 is still in there. Rusev came out at 1, Finn Balor at 2. They're both still in the Rumble. So in the ring now with this next entrant, which is number 18. This is going to be Seth Rollins with some new tights as he comes out with some flames playing up on the burn it down angle he's got. So in the ring now we have Cesaro, Kofi Kingston, we have Jinder Mahal, we have Cien Almas, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor is still in the ring as well. Bray Wyatt, who's an early entrance as well, still in there. Rusev, Elias, which I think was number 4, if I'm not mistaken, and Shinsuke Nakamura, which came in at 14. That's who's in there now in the Royal Rumble. And Elias, I believe, is out. And Seth Rollins is close to being out, so is Kofi. Again, no surprise entrance so far. As of right now, I think as far as Vegas, Balor and Nakamura was pretty high on the Vegas betting. And yes, Vegas does bet on wrestling now. And Kofi got thrown over, but Xavier Woods saved his other foot. So technically he is not out. He's got 1 foot on the mat and 1 foot on Xavier Woods' chest. And Xavier is – we have more pancakes. And then he set it on the pancakes, which would technically not be the floor. So Kofi is still in. Now we'll see how he gets back in. Again, another unique save for Kofi Kingston. And Jinder Mahal is trying to keep him in, or trying to keep him out of the ring, and now he's hopping on 1 foot. So that second foot is never touched. Very creative way to do this. And, of course, the referees are right there on top of it, which makes it even funnier. Now they're going to kind of hoist him back into the ring over Mahal. That's a pretty cool way to get back in the ring. Again, Kofi Kingston, and the crowd knows his reputation. It gives him a big – and Jinder Mahal is now down. Now they're throwing pancakes at him. That's awesome. Gotta love what they've kind of done. The New Day is slowly showing that they don't need that they don't really need the belts to be able to do this. And I'm sorry for the thing here, but I need to. And Kofi just got eliminated after that awesome save. So Cien Almas, I believe, was the man that got out. And here comes Woken Matt Hardy. They really kind of, I'm not really for sure. Really weird what they've done with Matt. I love the gimmick of the broken, or in this case, Woken, because but they really hasn't built this up here. They kind of threw this match in between Bray and Matt at Raw, just out of nowhere. Hey, Brandon, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in and listen to me talk. Not much. Appreciate that. As Rusev is eliminated, and that's that kind of stinks. I like what Rusev has kind of done. Thank you for everybody that's kind of watching there. Brandon, thank you for popping in here. Now back to as far as back to Matt Hardy, they've built this up and kind of threw out a match where Bray beat him, and now they're trying to build up here in the Royal Rumble. And as Wyatt and Hardy goes at it again. And of course, you got Woken Matt Hardy, which if you're in terms of, and they just eliminated each other, which is a pretty good little rivalry builder there. So now we only have 5 in the ring right now. So we have Kofi was eliminated, Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy was eliminated. So you're looking at Rollins, Elias Sampson, Nakamura, Cien Almas, and Bray Wyatt. Or no, sorry, I'm sorry, Finn Balor in the ring. And see who the next one is. Got a pretty good reaction. And it's going to be John Cena at number 20.
Hey.
Joe has finally made it to Facebook Live here. As John Cena comes out in the most obnoxious green shirt I think he could find. John Cena's been John Cena's been booked quite odd. If you remember Survivor Series, Survivor Series was really weird. He got eliminated really quickly. Elias Sampson has really kind of beat him up twice on Raw, and this is where, and they're still building this kind of rivalry between those two guys. So he's been booked really. Oh, and he just eliminated Elias Sampson really quickly. So,
did you see? Where you at?
And Joe, if you can hear me, I can't hear you. So let me see if I can fix my preferences right quick.
No, I'm talking.
The next, already up to the next one here. Hurricane Helms. Not going to win, but cool to see him back in the Royal Rumble. Hurricane, one of the better. The guy could wrestle. If you remember back in WCW, he had a good run as cruiserweight champ. Did a lot of innovative things. As him and Cena is now in the ring. Funny enough, wearing almost the same colors. Hurricane's saying he could do the choke slam, but never could do the choke slam. And now Cena eliminates the Hurricane, just like that. So Cena's in and out. My wife just commented, it seems silly. That is the Royal Rumble. There is some silliness there, but bringing back some older characters. Helms has not been in WWE for almost 10 years now. I'm still wrestling on the independents and stuff like that, but definitely hasn't been in WWE in quite some time.
At least about Drew Carey.
There's a Where's Waldo in the front row, which is pretty cool.
Hello?
Helms actually went over and acknowledged how cool that was. We're now in the down to 5 seconds for the next participant in the ring. Now we got Balor, Cena, Rollins, and Nakamura. We also have Almas and now Aiden English. So the other half of Rusev Day is coming out. This is number 22. So 8 more coming. Enters number 2 and has been in the Royal Rumble match over 35 minutes already.
Can you hear me? Unfortunately. Hello? I used to work with JR. His initials. Now you can call him his initials. ES.
That's weird.
That was fun. It's pretty interesting seeing Finn Balor finally over in the far corner. We're awaiting now entry number 23. It is loud here in the Wells Fargo Center.
I'm not sure why it stopped.
Get up, Cena.
Well, that's what happened last time. Let's see if we go live again.
Huge pop.
The reason he is picked up tonight. Adam Cole made much of his name for himself.
himself here in the Philadelphia area. That continued last night with an awesome match. Could you imagine straight from NXT TakeOver the next night, winning the Royal Rumble match and heading to WrestleMania? That would be big, big news. Yeah, baby. Corey, he's got to be hurt. Look, he's taped up. And after that match last night, he can't be 100%. I didn't say it was likely. I just thought it'd be cool. Guys, what's interesting about this right now, and there you see him in the corner, two members of the NXT roster now in this match. Adam Cole and the NXT champion. Eliminated by Balor. Well, so much Russo did today. Balor got about 10 feet in the air with that kick. An impressive performance so far, but the NXT champion entered this match back at number 7. See Balor over 26 minutes for the NXT champ. Balor and Rollins fighting out in the corner. Remember, the match to crown the first ever Universal Champion came down between Rollins and Balor. Who's coming in at number 24? Down to the nitty gritty. He's a two-time Rumble match winner.
I only have one person watching, Brandon. Steven Anderson.
Can you hear me now? Hello?
That may have been a record RKO for length.
Hello?
Corey, what about the performance of almost nearly
Can you hear me?
match last night at NXT TakeOver.
See if I can get Joe set up here.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello?
Balor's still on the apron now. Meanwhile, Cena and Titus O'Neil. There's Adam Cole in the corner with Shinsuke Nakamura.
On Google.
Impressive performances. There's been a lot of them over the years and even tonight, but the cold hard fact about the Royal Rumble is nobody remembers anybody but the winner. You're right, King. Randy Orton found himself in jeopardy there for a moment, courtesy of Finn Balor. Oh, come on, just get easy.
All right, sorry about that. We're back. I think sometimes when Facebook hears WWE in the background, they'll actually shut it off. So kind of like a I guess a copyright protection thing. Stop people from actually streaming on the screen, so they can pick that up. It happened last time, so I thought I had the volume down really low and it cut it off. So Joe is here.
Hello?
But I can't hear you.
Of course, you saw the big WrestleMania sign in the background. That's what this is all about. Winner, guaranteed title opportunity at WrestleMania.
But apparently we can hear him on the stream, so I'm gonna have to figure out something maybe wrong with my headphones. Possibly. Okay, we're gonna cut the stream right quick, and we'll see what's going on here with the audio. Okay. I don't know why it's not working. Do I? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Turn your audio on.